2024 is in the can, as they say, or at least it's almost in the can. There's a couple more weeks left, but it's time to start looking forward to the new year. And in traditional Matt fashion, I have some New Year's resolutions when it comes to Linux. So the previous few years I've done this in blog post form, or I've just talked about it on the podcast, but this year I thought I'd make a dedicated video because there's a few things that I want to do in the new year that I want to kind of stick to, right? And I want to do just having to do with the channel, having to do with Linux in general, and I thought I would share them with you guys. So the first one is that I want to do more bash scripting. I have gotten away from bash scripting. I've done a little bit this year, but not a lot, and none of that stuff has been shared with you guys at all. I've been watching some bash scripters on YouTube, and I just miss it. Now, I've never been very good at it. In fact, I'd say I'm downright mediocre when it comes to bash scripting, but I highly enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things to do because it allows me to automate a lot of stuff. And a lot of my bash scripts, that's what I use it for. I automate stuff that I do all the time. And I think that I want to do a little bit more of that. So I'm going to be making in the new year some brand new content when it comes to bash scripting. So I want to do a lot more automation on Linux. I want to see how far I can get in terms of using it to do certain things and just expand my knowledge of bash. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I promise not to pimp out the YouTube channel too much in this video, so that'll probably be my only shout out. But if you haven't subscribed, do it now. I'd appreciate it. But anyways, that's my first New Year's resolution. I want to do more stuff with bash and see if I can get my scripting on, if you will. So the next one I want to do is I want to finish out my 2-year Linux challenge. Now, I have successfully completed challenges before. I completed the Nano challenge. I used Nano for 30 whole days. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but using Nano for me is kind of torture, so I didn't want to use it that long. But I did manage to go all the way through that. So I have managed to complete challenges before, but usually when it comes to distro challenges, I nope out of them fairly quickly. Like I used Red Core for like 3 months, which is like half of the 6 months I wanted to, and I've done a couple of the challenges, right, and I just couldn't make it, right. But in 2025, specifically in July, I will have reached my 2-year mark on OpenSUSE. Now, if you watched my most recent video on OpenSUSE, you'll know that I'm having some problems, but spoiler alert, I've managed to solve some of those problems, so I'm happy again. We'll see if I maintain that happiness, but I'm firmly dedicated into actually finishing this challenge. Now, whether or not I stay with OpenSUSE, I don't know. I really do like OpenSUSE a lot, and I could see myself here for a long, long time. But I've also known myself long enough to know that I'm interested in trying out other things as my daily driver. So it's possible after this I do another 2-year Linux challenge with something different. It's possible that happens. I have a distro in mind. I'm not going to say what it is. We'll see how it happens. But my goal, my New Year's resolution for this is to finish out this challenge without anything stopping me. So unless something catastrophic happens, and I don't know what that would be, I don't think I'm going to have a problem with this New Year's resolution, but we'll see. So there's the next one. My third New Year's resolution is that I want to do a couple extra long-term reviews this upcoming year. I did, I believe, 3 in 2024. I don't remember what the first one was. I could go look, but it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that I did 3. For sure I did NixOS, and I did Bluefin. Bluefin was the second one. I'm not sure what the third one was, if there was a third one. But anyways, my point is that in 2024, I'd like to do a couple extra. Just because I do enjoy doing those, I like to actually put distros and tools and stuff like that through the paces. So I may run a couple long-term reviews simultaneously. I'll do a distro and like an app or something. Or maybe I said I was never going to try Emacs again, but maybe I'll put Emacs through a long-term review. Maybe. If that's something you want to see, let me know. But we'll see. The point is that I want to do a couple extra, not just distro long-term reviews, and see if I can't, put some new things through its paces. And because I like doing those, and they're usually pretty popular, so that's the plan. Another of my New Year's resolution is that I want to do more home server stuff. Now, I'm very cautious when it comes to home server stuff because it's a mixed bag when it comes to popularity on the channel. Not all of you guys are actually interested in this kind of stuff, so I don't want to flood the channel with home server because I could very easily make this channel all about home server stuff. Very easily. I'm very interested in that stuff. Docker and Proxmox and Portainer and Podman, all that stuff. I could make a ton of content with that stuff. And I'm just gonna warn you right now, I'm gonna make a lot of content on home server stuff. But I don't want to flood the channel with it and make it all about that. I want to remember the channel's roots. It's got to be Linux focused, and it's going to stay that way. But there's going to be a lot more interspersing of Docker containers that I find entertaining or interesting, and home lab stuff that I find fascinating or that I'm using currently, all that kind of stuff. I want to make content on it, and because, well, it's my channel, I get to do so, and I'm going to give it a try. Now, if it completely tanks the channel, like nobody wants to watch that kind of stuff, then I'll probably renege on it a little bit, but we'll see. I'm very interested in my home lab stuff, so I want to make more content when it comes to that in the new year. There are two last ones that I want to focus on. First, I want to make more window manager content, specifically in terms of like how-tos. I have planned and outlined a how to customize Hyperland video that's going to come out in the early new year, and I want to do one on Waybar, which is going to be much more difficult because it entails JSON and CSS and stuff. So we're gonna have to delve into a little bit of coding in order to do Waybar. But there are also other things that I want to kind of take a look at when it comes to window managers, specifically things that happen in the Wayland ecosystem. I want to take a look at like Hyperbar, which is a new Hyperland related, bar thing. I've not looked at it at all, and I want to take a look at it. So I want to try EWW again. I completely failed the last time. It's time to look again. So there's a whole bunch of window manager related stuff that I want to get into, and I'm going to. I know a lot of people don't like the ricing stuff that I used to do. I want to do some more ricing stuff. I do enjoy theming and customizing my desktop a lot, and it makes some good content and fairly easy content, so I'll be interspersing some ricing stuff here in the new year as well. And that's something that I kind of want to get back into. I kind of got away from the window manager stuff for a while. It's time to dive back in. So there you go. There's that one. And the other one, and I'm not sure that I'm going to actually do this or not. I talked a little bit about it with the bash stuff, but I have spent the last couple of years learning Python, and I'm still horrendous at Python, like really, really bad. But I'm thinking I'm at the point now where I might be able to share some of the stuff that I've learned and maybe make some cool things and maybe do some Python related content. It won't be a lot of it, and it may fizzle out and I just won't do it. I don't know if I'll enjoy sharing my Python exploits with you guys because I'm so atrociously bad at it, like really, really bad. So it may not be something that ever sees the light of day. Maybe I'm too embarrassed to show it. But I think after 2 years of taking some courses and writing some of my own stuff that I'm kind of ready to share it with you guys. We'll see how that goes, but that's the New Year's resolution that I'm the most shaky on. So there's that. So those are some of the things that I really want to try to do in the new year in terms of content related stuff, right? So while I'm not going to focus too much on anything else in this video, there will be a State of the Union address that I usually do. I think I do that in the early part of the new year. So I will kind of go over how 2024 went. I'll talk more about some of these content goals that I have in that video there. But I wanted to just make a dedicated New Year's resolution thing. So if you guys have New Year's resolutions related to Linux, leave those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. You can follow me on Mastodon or Odyssey. Those links will be in the video description. You can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/thelinuxcast. You can also head on over to my shop, which is available at shop.thelinuxcast.org. There you'll find all sorts of awesome merch, and all the proceeds for that go directly towards helping me make more Linux content for you guys. So thank you so very much for those of you who have done that, and those of you who will in the future. If you you support me on Patreon, thank you so very, very much for your support. I truly do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely amazing. Without you, the channel just would not be anywhere near where it is right now. So thank you so very, very much for your support. I truly do appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who also supports me on YouTube and Ko-fi. You guys are awesome as well. Your names aren't on this list, or probably aren't on this list, and we've had that discussion on various forums because of YouTube problems. So that doesn't mean I don't thank you for your support, even if your name isn't here. So thank you so very much, everyone, for your support. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I don't know if this is my last video for the year. There may be more coming from me. Probably will be, given that I'll be posting this sometime well before the new year. But still, holidays are happening. So happy holiday season to everyone, to you and yours, and all that stuff. So thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you next time.